Hey, what's up? It's Matt Cruz here for Show and Tell. Welcome. I would love to have you on the show if you have a great collection, if you have a talent, if you have a item with a great story. Email me, Matt at edgelittlerock.com, and let's get you on the show and so that you can show and tell. Blake Woodson and Michelle Self. They became friends by meeting each other at Comic-Con. They had that interest, and then that morphed into something else where they are actually paranormal investigators. So I was calling it a hobby, but Blake, he's here to tell you that it's not just a hobby.
We actually went and trained in New Orleans, and so we are professional now, paranormal investigators.
Really?
Yeah. So you can call us
certified.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what actually got you interested and started, what put you on the path to become certified and legit?
Well, I mean, we both have an interest in the paranormal. Me, I'm more of a skeptic. Her, she's a true believer because she's more, what's the word I'm looking for? Connected to the ghosts and everything.
Yes, more in tune.
More in tune to them. But we went on a couple of ghost hunts when I was in radio. One with a station called Magic 105, one with a station called Big Rock 93.3. And I was scared to death, but I loved them. And then I met Michelle, and she was already into all the horror stuff, the ghost
We met
stuff.
through cosplay, though.
Yeah, we met through cosplay. And that's how we met. And then we started talking. We found out that we both had a passion for the TV shows like Ghost Adventures and stuff like that. We had both been on prior hunts, so we decided to do it. I went to New Orleans and did a ghost tour of the cemeteries, met the president of the New Orleans Paranormal Explorers, spelled Nope, and we talked him into letting us come up and train with them. We did in the middle of a cemetery in New Orleans on Friday the 13th with a full moon.
Well, let's see if you go into a home or you go into a building, what do you use and how do you do it? Show us some of the equipment and how you use it and what it's looking for.
These are our instruments. This is what we use. First off, our eyes, our nose, our ears, our sense of feel. Those are the best things that investigator can use. And then when you go into a house, or it doesn't have to be a house, it can be outside. Whenever you go into an investigation, you need to document it. Cameras and stuff help show things that you might have missed with your eyes. So this is a 4K camera. I've got a little Polaroid that you take pictures and maybe things will show up, and a camcorder. Then we also have two actual cameramen, Sharp Dunaway and then my son Jordan Woodson are our cameramen. So they have their own real professional cameras to video when we're out as well. So that's documenting everything. Plus it helps you see things that your eyes might not have seen. And sometimes it picks up audio. The other thing to pick up audio are a recorder, microphone. These are two recorders right here, audio recorders. So we've got those.
There's been a lot of times that what your ears can't hear, the recorders will pick up. If you ask a question, yes. So if you ask a question, you won't hear it with your ears, but if you'll rewind and play back, you'll hear the answer on the recorder.
Right. So you want to go in, you record everything, and then you go back after the fact and listen back real closely to see if you hear anything.
Well, you could even record, ask the question, wait a little while, and then play it back for immediate response as well. You don't have to wait till the entire.
Gotcha.
So,
all right.
And then another way to talk to spirits is through spirit boxes. A spirit box is a radio. It goes through all the radio frequencies really fast.
Right.
To the point where you can't hear a full word on the other side. Like if we're listening to The Edge and Matt Cruz comes through, you might hear, if you're saying you're Matt Cruz, you won't hear the full sentence. So if you hear a full word or a full sentence through a spirit box, that's obviously not the radio. That's someone talking to you.
Especially if you ask it a question and it responds to you, you can obviously see that there is activity. So you
Gotcha.
So that's that. And then we've got EMF meters. These are the scientific thing. Ghosts have a lot of energy. So these pick up energy. Okay. So why is it going? I guess we're close to the phone. But if it's green, nothing's around, but it'll go all the way up to red. See how the phone... I'll get my phone. See the energy from the phone's making it go red. Well, if I don't have my phone around and there's nothing around it and it goes up to red, there's some kind of energy around you that is that's not normal. So we've got...
It's paranormal.
You're so smart. So smart. That's why I love you, Matt. Here's another one. Got one. And there's one. There's a Mel meter, which is the same.
It's also going to give you the temperature. It's going to give you the temperature around you. So what you first do is you monitor to what the temperature is, so you know if it increases or decreases. There's something around you, so you know what your temperature is. So when you turn it on, you're going to know that it's 73 degrees.
Gotcha.
Now, if there's peaks around you, then that's a sign, some energies or some activity going on around you.
And usually the temperature drops, right?
Very sensitive. Like if I go here and I just whip my finger around it, it instantly goes up. It can detect any kind of anything around it. So and then it's going to go back down after I've moved my hand away.
Right.
So
I mean, from the TV shows that I've seen with paranormal activity and stuff, they say the temperature drops a lot when something's around. Or is it the other way around?
Yes. You can feel it on yourself, but then you can also document it as well. The temperature will increase too, but that's a very rare moment when that does happen.
And you probably want to run.
And you probably need to get out of there if that happens.
Okay.
She's got the Bell meter that's got both the EMF and the temperature. I've got two EMF meters and a temperature gauge. This is what people are using now to check somebody's temperature. I had this before it was cool. So she's cold. So that's a temperature gauge.
So, when you guys do the readings, when you go out and stuff, why is it always done at night? Can it not be done during the day, or are the ghosts and stuff not out during the day?
Ghosts don't know anything about time, but there is something to be said about the witch's hour. The activity is higher at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I can't give you direct signs on why that is, but I can tell you that I can walk through my house in the middle of the day and there is activity, but if I walk through the house at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, it's a different kind of activity.
And where have you guys gone that you've had the most activity?
We've had activity everywhere.
Yes.
We've been lucky. In the middle of a cemetery in New Orleans is one place where we had a lot of activity.
Right.
The name of the house.
I've been called a bitch before.
Yeah, she has. At Zach Bagan's Haunted Museum, you can go in there and there's a doll.
Peggy.
We walked in to see Peggy, and as soon as we walked in, she says, "Hello, Peggy." She says, "Bitch." It happened.
And it happened, and we actually have it documented.
We weren't supposed to.
And
yeah, there's no filming photos allowed in there, huh?
Exactly.
It wasn't a photo. Somehow
the audio was turned on for some reason.
Somehow an audio on a watch was on the entire time. How that?
So sneaky.
I don't know how it happened.
And then we went back, or I went back. I went back, and I didn't have you at this time, so I went back. And the very next time that I went, I've been in there multiple times, but she called me a bitch when I was with him. And then I went back. The very next time I went back, I walked in. I was like, hi, Peggy. She goes, I'm like, wow. Wow. Not only did you call me a bitch, but you remembered me. So,
right.
Scared about that?
So, hey, before we break, thank you for showing and telling about your paranormal investigations and all that. But tell me a little about Sweet and Sour. What's that? Where do we find it? What do you guys do?
We do everything. We do a lot of paranormal investigation. That's just kind of what we fell into.
That's just one of our passions.
Yeah, we do cosplay.
I do a lot of volunteer for any Make-A-Wish children or any children's that need, a princess or Santa Claus, Santa's helpers, anything that we can do to make a child's life happier.
That's awesome. That's
what we do. So we kind of combined, and it's kind of odd how we do paranormal and cosplay, but these are the two things that we do. We love to do Sweet and Sour, and that is our page. And
it's Sweet in Sour.
Be sure to check out Michelle and Blake's YouTube channel and all their socials for Sweet and Sour. And, the paranormal investigations. I'm so interested to find out more about that and to see what you guys find here in Central Arkansas and everywhere else you go. Anyway, thank you for being on the show. If you would like to be on the show and tell with Matt Cruz, email me, matt@edgelittlerock.com. Would love to have you on if you have an awesome collection, if you have a talent you want to show, or if you just have a great item with an awesome story, then I'm sure we'd all love to hear about it. Show and Tell with Matt Cruz. Get a new episode on weekly, and I would love to have you on. Send me that email, matt@edgelittlerock.com. Until next week, stay healthy.
I did that.